he hasn't always been the Phenom. Most professional wrestlers go through a few different ring names throughout their career. Undertaker has gone through eight. When he first entered the business, he was known simply as the Master of Pain. He then became Texas Red, the Punisher, Punisher Dice Morgan, Commando, Mean Mark Ellis and, my personal favorite, Kane the Undertaker. Yes, you read that correctly, Kane the Undertaker. As seen on this WWF update, before Undertaker became ... well, The Undertaker, he was Kane the Undertaker. He was given the first name to make it easier on announcers who just didn't really use it for his first few matches. The WWF then dropped Kane from his name and would eventually give it to Undertaker's brother. 2. Once beat himself at SummerSlam. Undertaker has had some epic matches against incredible opponents. At WrestleMania alone he's beaten the likes of Jimmy Snuka, Jake Roberts, Ric Flair, Triple H, HBK and Edge, among others. Taker has also beaten some impressive opponents at SummerSlam, included on that list, himself. In the early 1990s Undertaker was dealing with some back injuries which led to a new Undertaker being introduced to the WWE audience by Ted DiBiase after WrestleMania X. The fake Undertaker, Brian Lee, was referred to by the WWE Universe as the Underfaker during Taker's absence. Eventually the real Undertaker would come back to feud with himself, which led to the SummerSlam match seen above. Not many men have beaten themselves in a match. Pretty solid. 3. He wasn't always a wrestler. The Undertaker isn't just a talented professional wrestler, oh no, he's a solid all-around athlete. After high school Taker took his talents to Texas Wesleyan University. Taker was a talented basketball player and spent a couple of years playing at a 2-year college in Texas before heading to Texas Wesleyan for the 1985-86 basketball season with the Rams of TWU. Unfortunately for TWU Rams fans, he found professional wrestling shortly after coming to school, and from there, it was all history. Imagine if he made it to the NBA. Mark Holloway going up against David Robinson or Hakeem Olajuwon. 4. He likes a good fight. Taker's basketball skills aren't his only extracurricular sports interests. It's also well known that Taker likes to get away from the world of fake fighting with a night of real brawls. Taker is a huge fan of boxing and even carried the U.S. flag for Manny Pacquiao's team before Pac's 2005 fight against Velasquez. Taker also attended the 2002 battle between Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson. The Phenom's love for fighting doesn't end there. He was also part of an infamous encounter with recently renewed WWE superstar Brock Lesnar at UFC 121 after one of Lesnar's fights. Taker says in the interview that he's a huge fan of UFC and MMA overall. 5. He beat a legend for his first championship. Most WWE superstars have won a title at some point in their career. Maybe in the lower organizations, maybe they've even found WWE gold, but few WWE superstars win their first professional title against a living legend. Undertaker did just that. During his time as the Master of Pain in the USWA, Taker won the USWA Unified World Heavyweight Championship against none other than Jerry the King Lawler. King may just be a WWE announcer now, but he was one of the most important people in the history of professional wrestling in the South. He has done just about everything in the business, and on that fateful day in 1989 he put over a young man who would go on to have won